Hello and welcome to another episode of Christine's Coloring and Crafts. I'm Christine, and I'm going to try to make a couple of videos over the next couple of days. It's my first week back, so I'm kind of like scrambling on how to do good timing. Ha ha ha! Good luck to me, everybody. Anyway, let me take a drink here. I had a very, very, very busy 2 days, and so I thought I would kind of round off tonight with doing a video I hope you all will like. This is more of the Blick haul, but it'll include some other things. Anyway, a couple of other things that I got from Blick, and this is going to be a watercolor video, so if you're just strictly colored pencils or markers or something, I'm not going to take offense if you don't want to watch the video. But for those of you that want to watch the video and watch me fails at watercolor, you're in the right spot. But hey, for everyone watching today, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, even if it's only just for a minute. Couple of things I got from Blick. Obviously, I got some Blick Bristol Vellum paper. It's the Studio 9x12, 100-pound weight, 15 sheets, and this is supposed to be the more toothy. I can't physically see any tooth in it. I can feel that it is not as smooth as some of the papers I've played with, drawn on, and stuff like that. It is really thick cardstock though, so I plan to have some good times for that. Inside though, it does have their different papers and what it's good for, what you can use each one for, whether it's good for graphite, pen, markers, watercolor, crayons, pastels, acrylics, and even oils. I guess it does have oil on here, but it gives you kind of a breakdown, and these don't come in any kind of plastic covering, so you can just open up the page, look inside, and go, aha, this is the kind of paper that Blick suggests you use of their brand. So I got some Bristol Vellum, which will be for what I'll be using more for my colored pencils and stuff. And then I got some Bristol Smooth, which is really, really smooth but thick cardstock. And let me put the Vellum away here. And we're going to open up the page, and don't make fun of me, please. I'm not the best artist in the world, so I drew a little butterfly to watercolor today. And we're going to use some of the watercolors that I got from Blick. I actually got, this is Winsor and Newton. I actually got this one, this white, this yellowish, and this other like yellow ochre, this red, this darker red, this brown. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, those are the ones that I got originally when I ordered it off of Amazon. Well, when I was at Blick, I wanted to get some other colors. And there's actually 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So there's 2 colors in here, and we're going to figure it out real quick here. That I originally got in the set, and I think this is one of them. I'm pretty sure that is. And I can't think of who the other one is. Oh, this one, the indigo. And then, so I tried to put them in color order as best as I could. I oopsie didn't put the purple in front of the reds. It happens. If you ever watercolor, you're going to use a lot of white, because you're going to be making different colors with it. There's 2 ways I'm learning how to lighten up white watercolors, and some of them is just adding more water, and some of them is just adding white to the mix, especially when I was making a color for skin tones. But I got an orange, a purple, and 2 greens to add to this. And I'm going to go ahead and maybe use some of my Liangs for, these are well used. You could tell these are loved. These I got off of Amazon. I don't know yet exactly what I'm going to use. I mean, I do have a purplish color, so I also happened to, just in case I wanted to get really fancy, I got my Luna set from Deborah Mueller, or Mueller. She sometimes sells paints on her Etsy store, and I'll leave a link to her Etsy store below. This one's Neon Lights, which is all neon colors. And then this one is Mermaid Tail, which is fantastic glitter. Oh my gosh. Guys, I might have to use some of these because I love Mermaid Tail. And then this last one here will be Beach Bum, and that's just a nice set, and you can tell I've already well used a couple of the colors in here. I do love using the pretty colors. Let's see. I forgot a palette. Hold on. Let me get one of those. Let me get a palette. Wherever I may have put them. There they are. And here we go. I don't always use a palette, but I wanted to for this video, and I forgot to get it. Sorry about that, guys. So it's just one little butterfly guy here, and I brought an array. Since he's small, I brought an array of brushes. All of these I got from Amazon. So it's just the watercolors and the paper that I got from Blick for this video. And let me move my mouse so it doesn't accidentally shut down anything. But we got a round. It's number 3. None of these guys, I don't even, except for this one, I don't really remember. Oh wait, this one I didn't get off Amazon. This one I got at Hobby Lobby because this is Master's Touch. And number 2. Number 2, what is it, like a flat? Filbert. Okay. And then this one I did get off of Amazon. It's a Princeton Select. And it's very teeny tiny for teeny tiny details. And I'm hoping to be able to do like the antenna and stuff in there with that. And then maybe like draw back over some of the stuff. So professional. Anyway, here's a 1/8 premium dagger, which I see a lot of watercolor people use it for flowers. Since it's brand new, I just kind of wanted to like use it. I don't know for what yet. And then here's a number 1 round. So here we go. All right, let's start. I've not used the purple yet. So what I do to wet these down is I just take one of my normal, water brushes that I use for like my Derwent ink tints and stuff. And I put a few drops on the color. And if a 4th one falls, nobody cares. And then we are going to, I don't know, do I want to use the number 3? Let's start off with the number 1 and see how that goes. And then I will pick a thing here. You can tell I've played with my acrylics and my watercolors in these. I put a few drops of regular water in there. And then I'm going to get some color out here. I think it's like a purple pink. Yeah, it is. It's okay. I'm not complaining because I know the Mylang doesn't have that color in there. And then try to add a little bit more color. Look how pretty that color is. God, that's beautiful. And no, he's not going to be like a realistic butterfly. I can't even draw him. So here we go. Hopefully I'm in camera shot. And then just kind of, and remember, this isn't like a real tutorial or anything. I'm not very good at watercolors yet, but I am enjoying the journey. Like that flower that I did, that I showed on my finished pages video. Oh, I know it's not an art masterpiece, but for me personally, it is an art masterpiece. Like, I can't believe I did that. And I kind of swish it around too when I put it down for even color distribution. I know some people are like super fast with watercoloring, and I'm just like, okay. And then there's ones that talk about wet on dry technique and wet on wet, and I have no idea. It's overwhelming at this moment, but it will all make sense further on down the line. And then another thing I do too, let me pat my little brush dry here, because I'm gonna lay it aside and let that kind of dry for a minute. So I have 2 cups of water. One is to rinse the initial color off, and then the other has glitter in it. If you get these paints, which I highly recommend from Miss Deborah Mueller, you're gonna have glitter for weeks. And I don't know if you can see it in there, but there's glitter in there, and I've rinsed these out and washed these out. And I love it. I'm not complaining. I love it. I love that we have so much glitter. I'm trying to decide if I want to use brown or black. I think I got a black in here. Let me check real quick. I'm just going to dip my pen in here. I think this is a black. Yep, that's a black. Let's use brown though. I want to try to keep with the Winsor & Newton ones. Let's use one of the brown colors. Okay, we'll use the darker one. And we'll do kind of the same thing without hitting the butterfly. Or we'll try to do kind of the same thing without hitting the butterfly. And I'm going to use this one again to get the paint initially moved around. But then I'm going to get that little teeny tiny one I've been wanting to try and haven't had a chance to try yet. There we go. Okay. And these get wet and start spreading color really quickly. So these aren't like a pain to get activated, I guess you call it. I'm not sure about how dark that brown. It'll go. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and rinse this guy off. And then we're going to go ahead, and my hand is probably going to be really in the way, so sorry about that. And I close them while I'm painting, but at the end of the day, I guess mold is a concern. So at the end of the day, for about an hour, I leave them lay open on my work desk so they can get a little time to dry. There's fans back there. If you can't already see the video kind of shaking a little bit here and there, that's not me bumping anything. That's just the fan. The fan is that's strong. It's quiet, but it's strong. Let's see here. We'll get this one wet first, and then we'll kind of dip her in there. See what we come up with here. I'm always so scared because of how limited I am on the space. So scared of knocking things on the floor. And I may not even use every brush today. And I can already tell that I'm going to be very wobbly with this brush, but that's okay. That's what the practice is for. This is going to be my practice page. And the reason I'm doing the top section first is I just decided I have literally just decided I wanted to cover the pencil up. And so that might take a couple layers. Especially once I get the first layer down and I want to start straightening up the line. In which I'm not really that concerned about it being super straight or anything. I just like the practice. And honestly, I don't think I should have really watered down this particular watercolor because I wanted it to be kind of dark. Oh well, we're going to keep on going. Yes, we are. It's drying quickly, though, for how little amounts I'm putting on here. So I'm already able to go over it again with another layer. And watercoloring can be kind of, for me, so far I've found that watercolor painting can be kind of similar to colored pencils, in the sense that you can do lots of layers. Okay, let's try to get this other wing here. Oh, don't be paint. It's paint. That's okay. I haven't quite figured out how to erase any oopsies, by the way. I'm still watching videos on watercolor. Now, for like backgrounds on my coloring pages, I've got that pretty much figured out. But this is all really brand new to me. I mean, not drawing itself in particular. When I was a teenager, I used to draw all the time. And I drew pretty good. Just all that angst had to get out somehow. But I draw horses and dragons, flowers, butterflies, cats, dogs. Never drew people. I tried it a few times, but I never felt like it was any good. And also, too, a lot of the videos that I watch for these watercolor artists, YouTubers, they don't have a pre-drawn, critter, object, we'll call it object. I'm okay with calling it an object since it's not a living being. Sometimes it's just a picture of a living being. But they do these without doing the pencil first. And I'm just like, how did you do that? Some of them, there's a couple that do. But the vast majority that I watch, they just write out of their head onto a blank piece of paper, put down their object, their subject. And I'm just like so fascinated. Like, wow, how do you do that? It's so cool. I mean, either way, it's cool. If you draw it out first with a charcoal pencil or regular pencil, I use regular pencils. This one I actually got fancy. Alright, put the pencil up. I used one of my Faber-Castell pencils, like the HB or the 4A, I don't know. I got a little package of 6 of those pencils just for fun sketching and drawing. And sorry, my voice is a little scratchy today too. I haven't even yelled or anything. I don't know why I'm scratchy today. But anyway, I got them just for fun sketching. I thought it would be kind of cool to pick up the drawing habit again, or sketching, whatever you want to call it. And I guess so I'm kind of practicing 2 things at once. The drawing and then the watercolors. In which I like both acrylic and watercolor, but for some reason I'm just in the mood for watercolor right now. Even though I have like a ton of acrylics sitting over there doing absolutely nothing. Oh, well. But I didn't get any video done for yesterday. I know I usually do Wednesdays, and I really need to get back on that schedule, and because I've been all over the place. But I didn't get a video done yesterday because I was just wiped out, and I'm wiped out today too, I'm not gonna lie. But yesterday, me and my sister went out instead of the usual coloring group. I needed to get a disability placard for her for my car when I'm driving her, because we do go places from time to time. And I wanted to have a placard so that we can park in the special parking. And she won't have to go very far to go inside with me. She doesn't have a ton of problems with walking. She's just slower. And she does have a tendency not to pay attention to what she's doing sometimes, and she will swing open a car door. And being in the disability spot, since they give you extra room, a lot of times they just go ahead and combine the spots, both for normal disabled parking and van parking, so you get a little bit of extra room in those spots. So when she swings open a door, you're not having to explain to the other owner of the car what happened. Because there won't be another car to be swinging our doors into. And so I'm sure she'll be excited about the good parking coming up here. Okay, now this one we'll try to go really slow at, since I've already painted that purple in there. Oop, I about dipped this pen into purple, or pin. It feels like a pin because it's so thin. Here, let's try it this way. And obviously you got to be careful not to get too much on your brush or you start dripping everywhere. Oops. There we go. I'll get a little bit closer too. Get a little bit closer, don't be shy. And if you're old enough, you'll remember that commercial. But anyway, it wasn't all just going to the doctor's yesterday. And it was amazing, though, at the doctor's, how well behaved she was. I didn't think she would put up with having her blood drawn, because the doctor asked me if she's diabetic or anything like that. And I was like, gee, I don't know. I guess I should know these things. So I'm going to have to have a sit down with the group home and get updated on her health. But since I didn't know, and I was pretty sure she wasn't diabetic, but I wanted to be able to say with confidence, yay or nay. And since I wasn't, I was like, well, I guess we can draw her blood and make sure she's not. And she sat there perfectly still, perfectly happy to get her blood drawn. And she did so good. I'm so proud of her. But afterwards, we went to her favorite place on earth, and that's Bob Evans. She loves to eat at Bob Evans. And we had breakfast for dinner and laughed about it. And I bought her a little stuffed cow, and I bought me a matching stuffed cow, because it was fun. It's being sisters. And then, of course, she wanted her Reese cup, so we went and stopped at Speedway. I had to go to the bathroom anyway, because we'd been driving for a little bit. But we stopped at the Speedway. I ran inside and got some Reese cups for her and used the bathroom real quick. And don't worry, guys, if I know most of the time gas station bathrooms are, but this was in Centerville, so they keep it pretty clean. So hopefully I didn't catch nothing. The only question I really have for that particular restroom is, why is it so cold in there? Is that where your air conditioner is, or like what? I was about to freeze my tail off. But then I took her home, and that was that. She went and back to her room, and she likes to keep on a pretty tight schedule. And she said she was going to take her shower, so I was like, okay, love you, bye. And I left. Well, that was really wiggly. Oh well. We're doing interpretation of a butterfly today. It's not going to exactly look like a butterfly. A little bit like a butterfly, but not a lot like a butterfly. Today was my best friend's turn. I took him out to a local tavern where we had some really amazing burgers and some really great fries. Well, I guess that's just going to have to be a mess. A little bit messy. That's okay. It's part of the learning curve. And I'm just going to go ahead and color these in. Really, I want them to be darker. Hold on. Let me go direct to the source here. Put like a drop in there. There we go. Just go direct to the source and see if that comes out darker. Oh yeah, there's what I'm looking for this. It's actually what I was kind of looking for all of it, but I guess I watered it down too much, which is okay. I'm not going to complain about it. It still looks kind of pretty, except for at the antenna. Let's see if I can fix the antenna a little bit. I mean, it's not really fixed, but it looks good to me. Alrighty. But yeah, I usually close those up because I do not want to have them on the floor. Oh my gosh, I would die if I broke stuff. Breaking stuff. Alright, let's get that little one back out again here. Actually, let's go for the bigger one. Here we go. And at least we're learning here together that the more water really does lighten up the color. I mean, look at the difference. That's kind of like a light chocolate, and that's a nice dark chocolate. I like the dark chocolate. I like light chocolate too. Regular chocolate. I don't care. It's chocolate. I'm not going to say no. It's all chocolate. And I like this color too. It's really pretty. I probably could have done the whole thing, the outline, last. But that's part of the learning process here. I'm going to put some more of that purple in there. Really kind of dried up while I was doing the brown. Alright, I'm going to put a couple drops of water in here. There we go. We'll use a little less water and see what happens. And then sometimes I kind of like clean it off a little bit and stick my finger in the brown because it's funny. But I noticed that that came out a lot lighter than this side. So we actually gonna just dip straight in and see what happens. There we go. See what happens. Like I said, guys, this is all still new to me. I'm still learning. Alright, now let's go on this side here. Kind of spread it around a little bit. I do love the way the colors just... It's like magic, almost. I mean, you know what it is. It's the pigment and the water mixing together to make this beautiful color. But it just, while you're using it, it just looks like... It feels like magic. Looks and feels like magic. I'll go ahead and put another sweet little layer down here. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and rinse off because we're going to go to another color. Let's use that yellow. Yellow usually does pretty good with the purpley colors. Alright. And I think it's canary yellow. I can't remember the name of it. I think I swatched the Windsor ones. I'd have to get the swatch sheets out. Alright. A little yellow in here. And really, I probably shouldn't have the palette of paint in between, and the palette of water that the paint's going to go into, and the paints themselves with the painting in the middle. I'm sure that could cause more splatters. Yay. Nobody wants splatters. Splatters are bad. Oh, that yellow is pretty. And I don't even know if these reactivate or anything. I hope not. I'd hate to see a whole bunch of brown in the yellow. That'd be kind of creepy. Oop. You see that the purple's, the wet part is going into the yellow. That's funny. Let's do yellow on the tips. I do like the Winsor and Newton paints. I don't know if they, I mean, they are advertised as professional paints, but I don't know if they're like cream of the crop professional, or if they're actually professional, or if they're more like the student grade, like the Mylings that I got, or what. And I don't really care. It's all fun. For me right now, it's just all about the fun. I mean, I would like to think I would want to get serious with it someday, because I really do like it. It's very relaxing. Let's see what other color. Ooh, let's see what the indigo looks like. And here, I'm going to try to do something else. I don't think I've used the indigo. Put a couple drops there. And this is out of the second rinse. This is water out of the second rinse. Ooh. Look at this color. It is dark. Ooh. Put 2 drops down in there. Get a little color off of the thing and see what happens. Wow. That is a dark color. It looks like a greenish blue though, more than anything. But I'm not complaining, because we're going to use it in this one little spot right here. There we go. And then let's go directly to the paint. Go right here and put in a couple stripes. Because I'm weird like that. That's not bad. Let's do the body that way too. I actually like it, because it's not black, but it's not blue, and it's not brown. I know the Winsor and Newtons really aren't very cheap paints, so these will be something I'd buy 2, 3 at a time, maybe 4. That's a good dark color. And this is a nice pencil. A nice paintbrush. We had to start them all with a letter P. Now let's see what happens when I add... I'm going to go back to the purple and see what color we come up with here. I'm going to add another drop of water to the purple, or the purple pink. Boop. Let's see what happens if we add some red to it. We're going to get experimenty here. I'm going to move this over a little bit and see what happens. So, I mean, we got plenty of wells here, so we can experiment a little bit, huh? Add just a little bit of red to the purple. Is it going to be pretty? Is it going to be pretty ugly? So far it's looking pretty ugly. Alright. Let's see if we can get that back to more pretty by adding some more purple. Whoa, let's turn it into like a really mauve-y color, I think. Or should I add a little more water? Here we go. It's kind of turning into a little mauve-y color. Let's add a little more purple. There we go. And I probably shouldn't have done a direct from the well to the purple pink there. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. I'm lucky none of it transferred. Really lucky. Let's add just a little bit more purple. There we go. But see, you can make different colors too. Is that like an object in there? Oh, it's a bubble. It's a bubble, guys. Don't nobody worry about that. Okay, what happens if I add a little white? Does it go lighter? Does it go back to this purple? Does it go ugly? Does it not do anything? It gets slightly lighter. I'm kind of happy with the color though. Let's see what it looks like on the paper. Rinse this off to make sure I get all the white out. And then what I do to I don't dry off the brush, I just kind of dab it, and you can tell I've done it a lot with this nice little rag, and then I kind of just pat it a little bit. And I don't know if you have to do that or not. I just kind of like to, so it's not like dribbling all over the place. Now let's see what happens when we put it down on the paper. The nice thing is that it's going to be a light color, so if we don't like it, we can use a darker color to cover it up after it dries. Ow! I broke that thumbnail and I haven't yet cut it off, so I get it caught on everything naturally. Okay, so it really, right at this point, doesn't look that much different from the purple pink. Its original color. It looks different, but not a whole lot different. It's pretty. I like it. And that's the problem with when you're mixing colors. If you find one that you really, really like, you don't have exact measurements to make it again. So you're kind of like, oh no, I really like this color. I want to make more. In which you can, and there's colors that I've done that with, and I saved it. I let it dry out in its own little pan, I guess. Like the skin tone I made that I really, really liked. You just have to keep mixing until you get the color that you're looking for again. There we go. And I don't know if it's the right way or the wrong way or what kind of way it was to save that skin tone color and just let it dry out in a little pan. I had it in one of these wells, and I just kept using a paintbrush and dipping it into the pan, transferring as much as I could to the pan. So I don't know if that was right or if that was wrong. We won't find out until I use it again, if it was a good or a bad thing. So I'll just have to use it again. And if it was a good thing, I'll show you guys what I did. If it was a bad thing, then y'all don't need to know. Yep, they came out different, kind of like a violet red. Kind of like a violet red. So it looks a little bit different up top. Oh, it's going in there into the yellows. I find it does that a lot. I don't know if there's a way to fix it. stop it or just leave it be. I just try to put a little bit more yellow in there to kind of like fade it out. There we go. Cut it out. Quit bleeding in there. I guess we're just going to leave it. Today's violet red is going to be left. But look at that. We got so much of the colors left. And really, honestly, I could save that, but I don't see a reason why I should. But look how they already kind of separate from each other on the mixed one. I find that interesting, and it does it on all kinds of paints that I've used, not just... Where's Mermaid Tail? I think it's this one. Because you know I gotta come in here with that. And I think I'm going to use the lightest one. There we go. Also, too, Deborah Mueller's paints smell amazing. Now this might change up these wings even more, and it's going to. But it's just going to add that little glitter to it. And also too, hers do take a lot of water. I forgot. I got a bigger one here. I mean, not a crap ton of water or anything, but kind of mix it around a little bit. And look at all that pretty shine. Look at all that pretty shine. Isn't that beautiful? And look how it lays down. And I don't want to take up all the purple, or take away all the purple. I do want to add some glitter. I mean, it's glitter. Can't go wrong with glitter. But isn't that pretty? It'd be a lot prettier if it was somebody else's drawing, I think. And I did use a reference photo for that. I changed some of the aspects because I like using reference photos, but I don't like copying them exactly. Alright, and then where's my little one again? Actually, let's use this guy. The number one. Number one. Actually, you know what? No, it's not pointy enough. Let's use this one. I haven't used this one yet at all. Let's see if the pointy part of it is actually going to be useful. And I'm going to dip it right into the brown and see if it's any better than that angled brush. And it might appear that it is, I think. Not just because I'm dipping directly into the paint and getting a darker color. Which is going to need some water. There we go. But it just feels more like I'm in control. And I know another YouTube artist uses that particular brush and colorings for fine details. And she really likes it. Okay, this darker brown definitely looks better. In my eyes. Let me know in the comments below which one you like better, the darker brown or the lighter brown. Without any thought whatsoever to the poor drawing. Because this is literally the first watercolor I've ever done on video. And I'm not an expert at watercolor at all. I'm pretty much just learning as I go. I watch some videos. I try to absorb as much as I can from those videos. cannot believe that indigo is still wet over there. I mean, I can, but I can't at the same time. But even though this will not be perfect or a masterpiece in any way, and I am not going to leave just this on the page, this is still, it's drawn by me. And there's just something so satisfying that you drew it and then colored it. Hopefully I don't get this mixed in with that indigo. It's already dark enough. It doesn't need any help. Yeah, I think I like the Dagger brush better. But what I might do is some flowers maybe? Or maybe just some clouds? Or stuff I should probably try to do stuff I don't do very often, like clouds. Or grass. I don't think I've ever painted, well, drawn and painted grass. But don't think too that if you want to get into watercolors that you have to draw the picture and then color it. I actually was going to pick a picture out of a coloring book and color it tonight with the watercolors. But then the more I thought about it, it's like I wanted to work these little books into it, you know, the pads of paper into a video without doing like an actual haul video, because I just wanted to do what I got from Blick series, Blicks. And so I thought, well, instead of coloring a picture with the watercolors, let's go ahead and draw one real quick, just a small one. I mean, I probably could have made this butterfly a lot larger. I mean, I got a lot of paper here. I was like, let's just draw something and paint it. And I guess I will just have to add to it. I don't think I did the very best on color picking. I definitely could have done better on that. But she's finished. And we'll definitely get more practice. Close this up for now while I'm finishing up the video here. We'll definitely get some more practice in. But hey, it's my itty bitty little butterfly on a giant piece of paper. We'll let her dry up, and of course I'll play around. This will just be my little play piece. You never know what might come up in here. All it takes, it doesn't have to be beautiful, guys. It starts with practicing, and all it takes is just putting some pencils or some pens or some watercolors or markers or whatever your little heart's desire to the paper. It could be in a coloring book, it could be a blank canvas, it could be whatever you want to be. That's one of the best things about this hobby is it's art. Everything is art. And that's what I love about it. Everything from just simply coloring in a coloring book. I see I missed a spot. From simply coloring in a coloring book to the joys of adding to your colored page, which that's fun too when you add little embellishments and glitter and all kinds of fun stuff to your coloring page, and growing and watching yourself grow. This has been so much fun. It is so much fun and so cute. I love it. I don't even care if it turned out kind of, not the way I was picturing it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put my paint back here. That's just, it's art. and I love it. I hope you guys do too. I'm going to show one thing else real quick, something else here real quick after I put this little guy over here to finish drying. I at least want him to be dry before I start playing on the page. I received a gift the other day from Miss Christina again. And she is awesome. So I got this in the mail. It was quite a surprise. I believe it was Tuesday. It might have been Monday, but it was probably Tuesday. And I'm already unwinding it because I've got nothing better to do, right? But it is Coleridge Wild, and I believe, I don't know, I think it's the first one. It's my very first Coleridge Wild book. And my very first picture I colored was, of course, the first page that I'm going to do for the August Color Your Hoard 2022. Or Color Your Hoard. Yeah. And I did this, and see what I mean by adding little embellishments? All these little dots were courtesy of this guy just dripping them. But that's in distressed inks all around her. And then I did the young lady with luminance and Prismacolors. Luminance does not have a big selection of pink, whereas Prismacolors are basically the kings of pink. And so the flowers and the hair were done with the Prismacolor, and the leaves, the girl, her eyes, and her lips were done with the Caran d'Ache Luminance. And then I just did the distressed inks around her. I thought it would be really cool to do the first layer in, it's called Wild Lavender, and then Mermaid Lagoon, I think, is the blue. I did that next over it to kind of like just surround it and encompass it. And the nice thing about colored pencils too, using them with distressed ink, is when you accidentally get some distressed ink on your colored pencil, you could just take a little napkin or paper towel and just wipe it off. Wipes right off. But anyway, thank you so much for coming and stopping by and watching my video today. Please like the video, and also too, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel, and we will have some more videos here soon. Hopefully I can get one done after this one, but I won't put it up till later. But if not, I will definitely do one tomorrow. I gotta get a couple of videos ahead while I'm working out this work thing. But everyone have a wonderful, colorific rest of your day, and thanks for stopping by again. Bye bye, guys.